slides are just some fun facts, obviously in front of the building, right? This is the layout of the property on campus. Building 1, right underneath the sign there is basically where we are. Walking through here. We're sitting in the auditorium right there. Okay? The east side of the building is all machining in building 1. A lot of automation, a lot of flexible machining centers, also a lot of Haas equipment. West side of the building is all assembly. Rotary sits right here. A couple sub-assemblies. We do our side mount tool changers, gearboxes. This is all of our BF1 through BF5. We call that a small to medium. That line is right here. Lathe line is here. A couple specialty stuff in the back. Shipping all of the product is here. We're going to walk this whole facility, but I want to make sure you just kind of have a lay of the land as you're walking through, because it's a freaking maze once you get into it. Like, I have no idea. Okay, so building 1, 1997. And we'll go through the whole history of Haas later today at 2 o'clock with their presentation. Building 2 is all machining. There's a lot of really exciting stuff going on there. Lots of automation, lots of flexible machining centers, lots of Haas machines. 1999. Building 3 is all assembly. We'll go through that sub-assembly as well as large machines and very small machines. Our mini mills have done that. All our gantries, all of our UMCs are built in Building 3, 2003. And then Building 4 is all inventory. They're basically 250,000 squares. This is about 400. We're about 1.1 million squares. We're sitting on 45 acres of concrete here. We own 80 acres of concrete. We're going to have the Phelps guys go on the racetrack and race each other later. I'm kidding. The racetrack is now inventory. All right, let's go through some fun facts. 1.1 million squares, 4 buildings. We have a 250,000 square foot building that's about 2 miles away that does all of our sheet metal. I started the company 20 years ago as a director of purchasing and then the director of materials. My background is in engineering contracts with Martin Marietta for a number of years. We as a company, I had a sheet metal facility that was in that location that had a brand new facility. They sold to venture capitalists. The venture capitalists squeezed it to the point where they couldn't make any money at all because they raised their prices. So we bought them. We got a sweetheart deal. Got 50 cents on the dollar. Got $1 million powder coat line. It's all automated equipment. They do about 40% of our sheet metal. And I'll show you. We're not going to see Building 5, but I'll show you the sheet metal that's coming out of it. Capabilities as far as assembly, about 75, maybe 80 machines a day. When you see the facility, I think you're going to go, wow, how do we do that? Today we're doing 49.5. The 0.5, kind of a weird number, but that's what our master schedule is. World-class engineering group, we are an engineering company. It's about 300 engineers across the surface of electrical, software, and mechanical. Mr. Haas runs the engineering groups. He's actually an accountant by education, so he's a numbers guy, but he's a super clever, super smart guy. We'll probably see him today. We will not talk to him. He doesn't talk to people. He just is like this.
see much, but that's all right. There's about 225, as far as the eye can see, is mechanical. The electrical guys are at the very far end, you can't see them, and downstairs. Mr. Haas's office is the last office. Where the guy in the t-shirt standing? That's Gene's office right there. He has an office down here, but he doesn't. I think he uses the bathroom. I think that's it. I saw him sitting in there one time. He's got a big desk. He's a little guy. He's about my size, actually, maybe a little smaller. And he's looks like this little guy behind the desk. And I thought, oh, that's the funniest look there. But down there, it's a very small office. Like I said, great guy. Really a great guy. Okay, come on. This is where we're going to do our presentations today from 1 o'clock till 3:30. We'll be in this right there. Perfect. Okay? All right. Come on in. We're going to walk through sales and marketing is the first section. Just watch your step. So I assume hopefully you all are aware of the Haas YouTube sites and the tips of the day and all of that good stuff. Come on in. This is where it all happens, right here. I don't know if we're right behind you. So this is the gentleman that sits here who's actually right on the other side of the wall now, is the manager for all of the scripting. Works with Brian, who's sitting over there as well. Frank Zaragoza runs the video team. Mike Steinbach, you might have seen Mike. He does a variety of things here, but he does a lot of the videos. John does a lot of animation for us and some voiceovers. This is all post-editing here. The videos are produced in one of 3 places. We do the shop that we're going to go through, the demo room that you were in, or an actual studio that's in a building in Camarillo. That's about 12 miles south of us. Everything's videoed is there. Frank's team runs that. They bring it back in and then do all the editing here. Unbelievable stuff. They do about 400 videos a year. That includes the tips of the day, the DIY, service videos, things like that. Okay. Right. Frank, you have anything you want to say? You're looking sharp today, too.
Do they take care of, like media inputs on the machine?
Oh, you've ever...
That comes out of right here. They do any kind of media for Haas?
Oh, that's actually out of the marketing group, which sits just a couple over. But any of the video content that's required is we do take suggestions, something that you've got something that says, boy, I really struggle with this, or it'd be great if I had a video on this product. We can't think everything. And the users, we listen to the users to say, okay, how are we going to pull that together, get something out? If you're having an issue, chances are somebody else is having the same issue.
I'm admiring this guy's camera. I think I might put one on. Is that a 360?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's the camera guy.
Yeah, I need to get him to do voices.
You got the new one?
Is that the new one?
Well, this is the X3.
You bring you on the team, you can teach us how to use it.
I'm still learning, so
That's all right, that's how you learn.
I've got a channel too, but it's just a small channel. So.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks you guys. All right.
Oops, excuse me.
Okay, further down that way is the purchasing group, with about 36 buyers that work in this area. Accounting, Gene Haas does have an office in the far corner, and Mr. Murray, who's the general manager, is in that far corner. So that takes building, the upstairs building one. We're going to go out into the shop now, okay?
Put you over, one day you'll get one of these.
Yeah.
Kurt, you see something?
Been about 10 years.
That's our song.
computer right there, that's the only place the drawings are kept for that sentence. They're exported to the machining center, they're imported back to the computer for configuration control. We don't want to run Rev A in this machine and Rev B in this machine. So everything comes out of an SAP vault, everything is controlled. We never have two revision levels or version levels of the part in any of the computers. When you're in a smaller shop, it happens. Oh, son of a bitch, I ran Rev B. I thought you wanted Rev B. It can't happen.
You're talking about the drawings, everything's digital. All your stuff's digital, you don't have any paper drawings or anything like that. Okay.
I'll show you. Alright, so right ahead of us is the first view of actual Haas machines on the floor. If you look over in the corner, it's all Haas machines. There's about 350 actual turning spindles in the business. 275 are Haas machines. So we build Haas parts with Haas machines when we can. We bought this boat anchor out of Arizona. I bought that about 12 years ago, and it was a nice. We bought it because we wanted to see how they work. Even though it's not right. Yeah. I mean, hey, there's a lot of really good CNC manufacturers.
Sure.
But that's one of them. Just that one.
Yeah, okay.
Robot, all the flexible machines. Right here is the signal run. In 1987, when Gene Haas decided to build the machine, and you'll hear that whole story on edge. There were two things that he said that he has to be involved in the national control. One of them is the control, the interface panel, and all the electronics. And the other was the signal. And he gave the team 8 months to do it. And they did. Pretty incredible. But these are the very first thing that will happen is they contact the shooter and told shooter will buy your machine, but you need to keep it down. They're not buying. So I have 7 IBOD grinders. They hold about 50 million all day long. Really great. Shooters are awesome. We do all of our 2-bearing, 3-bearing, 4-bearing design right in this stuff. We go from this area to a class 100,000 clean room for assembly, and then for 12-hour burning everything. The area next to us, to the right, is all of our gears. So I used to source a lot of the gears on the outside. And you can hear them, leading edges weren't clean. It was a little bit of a nightmare. Not horrible, but process consistency wasn't there. So Dean said, we're going to do our own gear. So we do, other than the sinker gear and the control assembly, every gear is made by us. All the rotary gears, everything is made by us. This guy that works down there has got, like this guy. I think almost everybody in that department is fitted for 45 days a month. Long term. Okay, let's go down to the next one, which is this rooftop. Right by you.
shop. You can't help that.
Well, yeah, we can help that. That's what that crackpot antenna Toyota company is supposed to do. Did that thing. So this is just a small shot, look down into inspection. It's interesting, every Haas machine that leaves here has about 80 hours of inspection. You can see she's doing an in-process inspection on a spindle right now. That's one of the ladies. She's been with us for about 27 years. Super great. But you know, you got a little CMM, optical comparator, hardness tester. But let's go over this.
You're looking for the Haas CMM?
Yeah, awesome. We got a little trunnion down there. So CMMs, you probably all have them. Use them for sure, right? These are 3 Zeisses. Everything that comes in as a receiving inspection on a casting will go through this department because of the CMM and the ferro arm that we have here. And then anything that's a setup, anything that's a first article coming off of the machine, and anything that's in process is done in this building here. This is supports building 1 machining and all of building 2. These guys are busy every single day. We realized a long time ago, just as all we have, is that if you make a part that's not the spec, by the time it either A gets to assembly or B, unfortunately, to the customer, they're going to call you back and you might never get it. We look at quality as really important because service is number 1. So we don't want to have to do that service. Like the big head, we really would like to do this. We push hard, bumper to bumper, we get 100,000 miles, 0 problems. And that starts right here.
Well, we don't really ever do a full physical. We do zones. So this is, of course, obviously this is an assembly side of the business. This is a wedge assembly, so a sub-assembly is here. All of our turning centers, our SP product line goes that way and then out the back door. It's about a 5-day journey from when a base casting will hit the floor until a fully enclosed machine goes out.
5 days, is that what you said?
5 days, yeah. For the larger machines, about 7. For the SP50, 55, 40, 45, look at behind the mezzanine and we'll see that. A little bit longer. As you're going to go, as we're going to walk through, you're going to notice a couple things if you're that kind of a person. Number one is, what are these PVC carts? What are these doing? And number two is, where's all the inventory? So when I started here, there was nothing like this. It was racks. And we kept a lot of inventory, not all of our inventory, but the necessary inventory to support the floor was on the floor. And there was sheet metal everywhere. Mr. Haas came in my office. I was here for about 3 months. And he came in, it was about 9 o'clock on a Friday night, and I think there were only 2 of us in the building, and I was one of them. Turns out he was the other one. And he comes in and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And I said, "Well, it's Friday night, 9 o'clock. I don't know. I guess I'm doing all right. Still here." And he said, "Hey, I'm hearing some good things. What's your biggest problem?" And I said, "Wow, what a loaded question. The guy with the name on the front of the building. How do I answer this question?" Yeah. I had no problems. You know, I said, "Hey, if I was to pinpoint one thing, you got inventory all over the floor." And I wouldn't do that. And he says, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, these guys are all certified technicians, and they're really good at putting things together. What they're not really good at is handling material. I have concerns that they put the wrong parts into a machine. Kind of a minor concern because they know what they're doing. But a bigger concern is that they're scratching, denting, and damaging inventory as they pull it off the shelf." And he said, how do you know that?" And I said, "Well, I'm responsible for sending all the parts back to the suppliers that they say found in this condition. And I say that's bull. I think they pulled them off the rack, they dropped it on the floor. What supplier in his right mind is going to send me a bunch of scratch material?" He goes, "Oh, they do it." And I said, "Dean, I don't know, man." And he goes, "What do you suggest?" And he said, "Kit everything. Kit everything." And where I came from, we kitted everything. Now, you got to control kits and make sure you don't kits all over the place. I get it, but let inventory do that. So we came in literally that Tuesday, not Monday, and he grabbed me and he said, "Come here, I want to show you something." And he created the first sheet metal cart. So what those carts are is that every piece of sheet metal is painted on the lathe that's on that side. And I said, "This is genius, man." So we got barcodes on every spot. And I said, "This is great." And he said, "Okay, I'm going to build these. I'll figure it out." Came back about a month later and he said, "What do you think's next?" And I said, "Keep going. Get everything off the floor. Let's kit everything. I'll form a team with inventory and we'll figure out how to kit everything." So I'll show you how we do that now. At night from 3 o'clock until midnight, we kit everything now. And these guys don't have to go find the right fitting and the right ball screw and the right linear gun. It all shows up to them on a cart. Where the cart that the gentleman's got his hands on right there. You think that's it. But we'll show you that. So we kit everything on the floor. Why is that important to you? What you're going to get is 100% the right part. It's kitted by a guy through a work order. He pulls the right parts, and they're really, really good at it. All right, let's go back out this way. We're going to go on the floor. have some guys coming?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are Okumas. We've got 5 of them, 2 right here and 3 in line there. They're one and done machining centers for us, 5-axis heads. We'll load onto fixturing, so it's relatively simple column castings. They get loaded on in the setup and then machined. All 5 sides that need machining are machined. It's done, never touch it again. So it's a very efficient process, very highly repeatable, and really quality driven. There's no finished cuts or anything like that on the floor. Everything's done on the machine. 40 machine. Oh, you want is this machine